17 keys for placing paid ads that get big results. Placing a highly targeted paid advertisement can deliver high quality traffic and a lot of it, depending on the venue. This makes paid advertising a great place to test and track your ads, products, sales letters, and more. The key to success with this strategy is twofold. One, you need to write a compelling ad, and two, you need to place this ad in a highly targeted location. We'll discuss both of these steps across the 17 tips and insights here. Let's start with the tips for crafting a compelling ad. 1. The key to writing a good ad. Whether you're placing a Facebook ad, pay-per-click ad, newspaper ad, or something else, here's the main thing to remember. Your ad's number one job is to get the click. In other words, you don't have enough room in your ad to sell the prospect on purchasing a product, joining your list, or anything else. Generally, you only have enough room to get someone interested enough to click on your ad, at which point your landing page takes over and sells the offer. To that end, a good ad should have these components: a compelling, benefit-driven headline that gets attention, body copy that holds attention and increases interest by presenting further benefits, a call to action that gives people a good reason to click on the ad. And depending on the venue, you may also have some sort of professional graphics in your ad, which should help make the ad pop and get attention. Now, you will learn more about these issues throughout this guide, which brings us to the next point. 3 surefire tips to creating compelling headlines. The headline is the most important part of your ad, which is why you'll want to put these tips to use. Focus on benefits. Your headline should present your offer's top benefit or benefits. For example, weight loss is easy and fun when you know this secret. The word secret also arouses curiosity, which is another important factor to include in headlines whenever possible. Next, be specific. If you're sharing any sort of data, be specific and precise. For example, how I lost 33 pounds is more credible than a rounded number. For example, how I lost 30 pounds. Speak to the audience. You might address the audience directly. For example, attention allergy sufferers, or identify them with relevant statements or questions. For example, do your eyes hurt due to allergies? How to build a swipe file. Need inspiration for your ad headlines, body copy, and calls to action? Then start building a swipe file of effective ads. This is where you use other people's sales copy for inspiration, never directly copying. You can find these swipes in your email inbox, on social media, in sales letters, and in publications. Look both in your niche as well as outside of it for inspiration. You can also purchase swipe files that others have created. For example, a headline like, "Would you like to have a photographic memory?" can easily be adapted for another niche. For example, "Would you like to have a perfectly trained dog?" Crafting calls to action that really work. Your call to action is where you tell your prospect what to do next and how to do it. For example, claim your free SEO consultation. Click here to get started. Point is, don't assume your prospect knows what to do next. For the best response, tell them what you want them to do. 5. 8 different types of paid advertisements. When you start looking for paid advertising opportunities, you will see the following options: banner ads or other graphical ads on websites, text ads on websites, video ads on websites, text ads embedded in email newsletters, graphical ads in newsletters, solo email ads, pay-per-click advertising, sponsored content ads. For example, you sponsor a contest, a blog post, etc. Note that ads on websites stand by themselves, or they may rotate with other ads. In the case of rotating ads, you'll usually pay per impression. So which ad is right for you? Ideally, you'll want to test all these different types of ads to see which one gets a good response. Number 6. What to look for in an ad platform. When it comes time to pick an ad platform, the number one thing you want to look for is whether you are able to get your ad in front of a narrowly targeted market in order to get highly quality traffic. Let's suppose you're selling a low-carb dieting plans for women. Advertising this on a general weight loss site means you are putting the ad in front of people who may not be interested, such as men or those who don't want to do low carb. What to do instead? Seek out targeted platforms like a weight loss for women site or even a low carb site. Likewise, if you are using something like pay-per-click marketing, use target long-tail keywords. For example, low-carb diets for women. Yes, you can and should test platforms with wider audiences like the example mentioned. But the key is to test them and move on if you're not getting good results. Next, how to find niche ad sites. If you plan on testing ads on niche sites, then obviously your first task is to find these sites. Start by checking well-known sites to see if they accept advertising. After that, run a Google search using your niche keywords. For example, dog house training, alongside words such as this. For example, low carb by advertising without the quotes. Number 8. What to ask before placing an ad. If you're posting on a niche site, look for answers to the following questions and ask the site owner if you don't see the answers. Where do you get your traffic? What percent of your traffic is repeat traffic? How long does the traffic stay on your site? What are the demographics of your audience? What are your ad terms? Next, using third-party sites to place ads. It's best if you place ads on niche sites directly, as generally that will give you direct contact with the owner and provide the lowest rate. However, you can also use an ad broker or ad networks. Here are examples of these types of sites: media.net, propelmedia.com/advertisers, blogads.com, adroll.com, perfectaudience.com, adblade.com, outbrain.com, taboola.com. As always, be sure to start with small bat buys and scale up only once you've confirmed it's a high quality venue. As always, be sure to start with small ad buys and scale up only once you've confirmed it's a high quality venue. Number 10. 4 keys to a successful PPC campaign. If you're using a pay-per-click platform such as Google Ads or Microsoft or Bing Ads, then keep these keys in mind. Use targeted long-tail keywords. High-volume keywords look enticing because you can get a lot of traffic, but you'll want to focus on low-volume long-tail keywords, as this will give you higher quality visitors. For example, tips for house training a poodle is more specific than the general keywords house training. Set a budget. Start with a small budget and scale up only once you start seeing good results with the platform. Test and track your ads. The only way to know if your ad is working is to test the keywords as well as the ad itself, like the headline, body copy, and call to action. Now be sure your landing page is compelling. When people click on your ad, the page they land on should be congruent with the ad and also compelling. Again, test and track this page to optimize conversions. Next, the number one tip for getting better ad results. So if you're struggling to get good results with your ad campaigns and traffic strategy, then here's what to do. Hire a professional to create and optimize your campaigns. You can search Google for a freelance copywriter who also does optimization. Ask your colleagues for recommended copywriters or post a project on freelancing sites such as Upwork.com. Number 12. How to choose an audience for a Facebook ad. Yes, your ad copy and graphics are very important when it comes to placing a Facebook ad. However, the biggest advantage of placing an ad on Facebook is that you can choose a very narrow audience. That's because Facebook lets you target your audience according to the following characteristics. Demographics. This includes gender, location, the language the audience speaks, where they live, age, and similar demographics. Interests. Facebook lets you target audiences based on the interest they've shown in certain types of pages, books, movies, apps, etc. For example, if you're selling copywriting information, then you can target people who've shown an interest in copywriting in general, as well as specific things like Joseph Sugarman's copywriting books. Behaviors. You can target based on the device someone uses to visit Facebook, such as an iPhone, or on activities such as previously visiting our website or interacting with your page. As always, choose an audience that's as narrow as possible in order to get the best results. For example, men living in the United States, ages 18 to 30, who've shown an interest in weightlifting or bodybuilding and weight loss. 13. How to find solo email opportunities. Here are 2 ways to find email advertising opportunities. The first method is to search Google for your niche keywords alongside words like solo email ads. For example, dog training solo email ads without the quotes. The second method is to search Google for solo email advertising, which will turn up sites like $10 ads. Either way, be sure to do thorough due diligence so that you're not buying an ad that's actually being spammed to a list. Number 14. 7 really big sites to place your ads. Now, no matter what niche you're in, you can probably find a targeted audience on the following sites. Now, Reddit.com, select a targeted subreddit. Twitter.com's promoted tweets, Facebook.com advertising, YouTube.com, AOL advertising, eHow advertising, WikiHow contact ads at wikihow.com. So as always, just be sure to test your ads. Now, approaching site owners to inquire about advertising. Even if a website doesn't directly solicit advertising, that doesn't mean you won't be able to place an ad. Now, you can approach the site owner directly and ask them if you can purchase an ad space. Alternatively, you might suggest swapping ads on your respective sites. Now, number 16, where to place offline ads. While we've been mainly talking about online advertising, you can find targeted advertising in offline media too. This includes your local newspaper, targeted free publications in your area, magazines, radio, TV, mailed flyers, or postcards. Some of these may sound expensive, but you may be surprised at how affordable they are. For example, if there is a local talk radio program that's directly related to your niche, then call the station to inquire about rates. Number 17, optimizing your ads. As mentioned multiple times throughout this guide, you need to track and test your ads in order to get good results. Here's one more tip you won't find in that guide. Keep a close eye on your ads and re-evaluate from time to time. Paid advertising may seem like a set it and forget it proposition, but audiences change and what they respond to changes too. For example, you may have really good results with an ad for a couple months, perhaps because the ad is so novel that it gets everyone talking. But once it becomes old news, you may start getting poor results. That's why you'll want to always monitor every campaign on a continuous basis. Conclusion: paid advertising can deliver high quality traffic to your site, but only if you know how to create a good ad and place this ad in the right venues. So, use the tips you just learned to start boosting your paid ad results today.